There is one word I never say without serious thought, and that word is yes. If I say yes on impulse, I'm giving away something I can never get back: my time. Because every single time I say yes to something, I say no to everything else that matters. Let's start with the dangerous cost of saying yes. Stay with me for a moment. Here's a little thought experiment I want you to do. Imagine someone walks up to you and asks you for $1,000. You wouldn't just open up your bank app and transfer them $1,000. You'd ask some questions. You say, why do you need it? Maybe what's the return on investment? Can I even afford that right now? But for some reason, when someone asks for a chunk of your time, we don't think twice. We say yes out of politeness, out of guilt, out of impulse, out of whatever. Just like that, we give away time like it's nothing. When most of us are broke on time. We're not sitting around twiddling our thumbs with billions in the bank with nothing to do. I find it absolutely insane how casual we all are when it comes to giving away our most precious thing we own, which is, yes, our time. Every yes is a no to something else because you can only do a single thing at any single time. That might mean a lot of things. So if you say yes to somebody about something, about, let's say, a lunch or whatever it might be, you're saying no to everything else you could possibly do during that time. You're saying no to focus work on your business. You're saying no to the gym. You're saying no to time with your family. You're saying no to even sleep. It's invisible, right? This cost of saying yes. But the cost is actually massive. It's so subtle, and that's why it's so dangerous. You have to be very careful about what you say yes to because, again, your time is limited. So what do I do instead? I have a script I use every time. Yes, a script. It saves my butt every single time. And you can use the script, steal it, use it, my pleasure. And here's a script. Thanks for the invite. That does sound like fun. Let me check my calendar and my other commitments, and I'll get back to you soon. That line buys me space. It buys me a bit of time, and it doesn't offend. And more importantly, it gives me time to think if I want to commit to this thing that I'm being invited to. Sometimes after a few hours or after a day, I realize that invite didn't actually excite me, or that meeting could be replaced with an email instead. That commitment doesn't really move me towards my goals. And here's the thing, most of the things you're going to get invited to are going to be things that you probably want to do. The question here is not, do you want to do it? Is it the best thing to do with your time? I mean, it's easy to say yes to things you like to do. It's hard to say no when you know you should be doing something else. Let me give you a story here, a real example here to show you what I'm talking about. This year, I was invited to speak at a conference in Nepal. It was flattering and a huge opportunity. I mean, it was really exciting too, because you would get to go on these great hikes as a part of this conference. And I've never been to Nepal before. It seems like a great opportunity. There were a lot of big names that were going to go and speak there that I'd get to meet. There were some old friends I could get to catch up with. But I didn't immediately say yes, because I used my script like I try to do every single time. I bought myself some time. And when I looked at the commitments I had on my plate for this year, the idea of international travel, at least a week away, the prep time for my speech, all that kind of stuff, and realizing that I will be at a commission for that week focusing on this conference. This opportunity was going to derail me from a major project that I was launching and gearing up for. So it was very clear to me that this was a no, even though this is something that I'm excited for and it seems like fun. But my need to accomplish my goals is greater than my need to just fulfill my wants. I didn't say no to the conference, but more like I said yes to my business and what I was already working on. These are the tough decisions you need to make in business, because if you say yes to everything, you're not focused. You're not really focused on a goal or a particular set of goals. And if every time you get an opportunity or a chance to do something else than your goals, those goals will get forgotten about and never get accomplished. And listen, I was honored to be invited to that conference, and I'm sure it would have been fun, but it was the choice I had to make so that I can be true to my own goals, my own ambitions, my own priorities. Here's the thing about saying yes in my world. If I say yes, I follow through every time. Whether it's a team member, a friend, or myself, my yes means something. Sometimes I say yes to something and I regret that I said yes, but I follow through and I do it anyway because my word means something. So if I commit, I'm locked in. And that's why I don't commit lightly. Because a cheap yes leads to broken trusts, especially with yourself, which is one of the worst trusts to break, where you tell yourself you're going to do something and you don't do it. And you just train yourself that you don't mean nothing, right? Your words mean nothing, your commitments mean nothing. And it tells yourself that you don't follow through. And therefore you start believing that. If you ever feel overcommitted and then backed out in the last minute, you know the feeling of guilt and stress and resentment. Maybe you don't feel any of this stuff. Maybe you're like, oh, whatever. But personally, when I say yes to something, it means something. And I rather just say no upfront before they expect me to do something than for me to reluctantly do something just because I committed to it. This habit doesn't just protect my time, it helps me build a reputation as someone who's reliable, someone who doesn't flake, someone who people can trust. When people could trust your word because you are somebody of your word, that's powerful. When you stop just by reflex saying yes to things, you start respecting your time more. You become intentional about what you do and what you do with your time. You actually start hitting your goals because you go back to your goals, because you got the bandwidth to do so now because you're not saying yes to everything. And people, they start respecting you even more. You know who does this masterfully, actually? Warren Buffett. He once said the difference between successful people and very successful people is that very successful people say no to almost everything. Think about that. When you say no to almost everything, that means whatever you say yes to, you are all in, focused, and you are committed to it because you have sacrificed all the no's. You've said no to everything else because this really matters. Here's a quick exercise you could try this week, something simple that you could try to implement what you're learning today. Every time someone asks you for your time, now we're not talking about 5 minutes of your time, but if they're asking for 30 minutes of your time, an hour of your time, pause and use this line. Let me check and get back to you. Then actually check. Does it align with your goals? Are you saying yes out of guilt or out of pleasure? Will this cost you more than it gives you? And if it's not a hell yes, it's a no, or at least not now. By the way, there's a great book on that topic called Hell Yeah or No by Derek Sivers. It's a great read. Practice this muscle. You'll be shocked at how much focus and freedom you gain. Now, what really helps when you're doing this exercise is maybe taking a few minutes beforehand, before you start doing this week, and brainstorm what are the 3, 4, 5 things in your life that are a hell yeah. Things that you absolutely love, that you enjoy, that are a part of your life, part of your business, part of what you do. Okay? So for me, anything that helps me get better as a podcaster or grow the show, that's a hell yeah for me. So I prioritize that because if I don't, then I might not be able to do the things I actually want to do because I've already committed to things that are not a priority. So you see how it goes? So if I say yes to something else that's just not one of the things on my list, tough situation here. See, that's why you need a little bit of wiggle room. You need a little bit of breathing room so that when the opportunity arises where you can do the things that are important to you, you can say yes easily. Look, I'm not antisocial. I'm not trying to live like a monk here, but I've learned the hard way that protecting your time is essentially protecting your life. If you want to build something meaningful, a business, a body of work, a legacy, you've got to treat your time like gold. And this takes practice. It's not going to immediately feel this way from day to night. The more you do it, the more you start to realize how valuable your time is. So say yes slowly and no often. You should be saying no more than yes for sure. And when you say yes, mean it with your whole chest, right? And be proud. Yes, these are one of the things I have to say yes to because I love these things. This is important to me. This is something I value. So when you say yes, you fully commit. Here's a little tip. If you're backing out of things, if you're canceling on people, if you are not fulfilling promises, then that's a clear sign you're saying yes too quickly and saying yes too often to things that you don't want to do. So, why are you canceling? Because either you don't want to do it or something else that you rather do came up, okay? So slow down. No reason to say yes immediately. Slow down a little bit and understand that whenever you say yes, you're saying no to everything else. If you found today's episode helpful and you want to go more in depth, then you'll love my 3 Things newsletter. Every single week, I send a free newsletter that allows me to coach you from afar. I send you 3 things. 1, something to think about, so you're growing your mindset. Number 2, something to do, so you're actually moving forward every single week. And number 3, something to learn, so you're skilling up. It's my way to be able to coach you from afar, like I mentioned, but also allows me to be able to continue to give you more value for free every single week. Just go to 100mba.net, sign up there for any of our guides, and you'll get included in our newsletter automatically. Thanks for tuning in to the $100 MBA Show. If you love the show, keep tuning in, and we'll keep on delivering practical business lessons. See you in the next one.